Case 9 is from South Cackalack. Can you see who it is up there? Ooh, that looks mean, right? That's Alex Murdaugh. If you saw his name printed, it would look like Alex Murdaugh, if you were a Yankee like me. But it's Alec, they would say, with an accent. Murdaugh, it sounds like. I'm overpronouncing it. If you basically say Alec Murdaugh, it's like saying Alex Murdaugh, but you're saying it with this accent from the Low Country. Alex, he has a murder trial going on. It has been going on for 2 weeks. What you may have noticed if you're watching the trial is that they let in all the financial crimes that he took part in, which are crazy numerous and really show him to be a low-down scoundrel who would basically sell out his mom for money, it looks like. And so it's less of a murder trial and more of a character assassination. Did he do it? I personally think he was involved because there's all this money missing from his supposed drug use. But he wasn't constantly, I don't know. Supposedly he spent like $10 million for Oxy. But was also still a lawyer, still did all this family stuff, did stuff on the farm, ran errands for his parents. I mean, I know you can be a drug user and not be whatever, but $10 million, I don't know. He stole a bunch of money from clients, and he did lead a sort of lavish lifestyle, but I mean, that was millions. Then he's got the drug millions. There's money missing and unexplained aspects to this. I listened to all of Mandy Matney's Murdaugh Murders. Now, I think if you listen to Murdaugh Murders, she started that podcast right when the murders occurred, but she had been looking into the Murdaugh family and the Good Old Boy network that supported his family in the Low Country since the Mallory Beach accident, which was 2 years prior to that. And if you consider Paul's crime of being a drunk driver in a boat, killing one of his passengers when the boat ran into a piling, and how the family tried to come in and clean up Paul's mess and even try to frame another one of the people on the boat, or at least create doubt that Paul was driving at the exact time. Even going as far as they went to the hospital. And this is all evidence that's been entered in. I can see how Mandy and Liz Farrell, her co-journalist, writer, and Will, who owns Fitz News, I can see how already they would believe the worst of him and everything. But she even had an episode called Jackpot, which I suggest you look up on the Murdaugh Murders podcast playlist. It's called Jackpot. And she gives she's an excellent journalist, and she tells the whole story of the family's background, going back to the great-great-grandfather with like rum running, like back in the days of Prohibition, and then his grandfather, I believe, or great-grandfather, was involved in this Jackpot, which was a marijuana case of drug running. And now we know Alex, with his cousin Eddie, was doing something with Oxy. I think he got involved with organized crime, personally, because the murders, to me, this is just my personal opinion, nobody has proved this in court, hasn't been entered into any evidence, but blowing someone's brains out so that they're left right at their feet for somebody to find, and then Maggie was hunted down like a dog, knocked down with a boot print on her body, and then shot once from far away and then right in the back of the head. That to me says mob hit, organized crime. I don't know, but I am willing to be, from everything that we know about Alex Murdaugh, he is lazy. He's a nepo baby, nepotism. But he loved his family. I 100% could see him falling into organized crime to make a buck, and then just getting further and further into it. And then he, knowing all this financial stuff was coming out, was going to flip to get a way sweeter deal in federal prison and do his time like that. And I think somebody decided to give him a little message that he was not going to do that. And how'd they do that? You kill 2 people, make sure he can't say whatever about it. Why can't he say whatever about it? Because Buster was left alive. That's what I think. I think Buster was the insurance policy for whoever wants Alec to go down for everything. And Mandy Matney and everybody who trusts her, which she's very trustworthy because her journalism on the beach case and this whole thing is impeccable. And she's got the goods. All his financial crimes, 100%. But the murders, I think she is helping if someone did set him up, because I can't see also the time that he had to do it and clean everything up like a pro and not leave any blood anywhere in his truck. Where's his clothes? Where's the guns? The guns were stolen. One of them before, like 2 different guns, all in 20 minutes. And if it is organized crime, they worked this out perfectly, because all you need is someone telling a very good story to everybody. And I followed Mandy Matney's everything and watched all of the episodes. I mean, and now the evidence into this trial, all the financial crimes, yeah, he's a shit. I mean, he's a criminal. He's a criminal. And he will spend the rest of his life anyway, because he's got 99 or 100 counts of financial misdeeds, and what he did was horrible. On the other hand, I don't think he killed his family, but at this point, I mean, the thing is, live by the sword, die by the sword. If he got involved in organized crime, once you're in, people, you don't get out. And you can't just make a deal and flip, because, you know, they have insurance policies too. And right now, I think that this also, organized crime also explains where did all the money go. Why did he not have cameras at Moselle? Maybe because he was doing, Moselle, as Mandy Matney's jackpot thing explains, is perfectly situated. And he got it like from $1 from his other friend. He bought it for $1 or something crazy. It had an airfield there. Somebody definitely, like, you wouldn't want to put cameras anywhere near the kennels or the hangar to watch the criminals come in and out with their product. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So Mandy Matney completely convinced me that there was something shady. There's also this jellyfish deal. There was something with drugs going on with Alec and Cousin Eddie. And I think Alec was going to flip. And somebody decided that he wasn't. And then I think he wanted SLED to look for the murderers, like, without saying, look, I'm involved in this shit. I mean, he was being told, keep your mouth shut. Like, that was his warning. We're serious now. And so this is why I don't think he could have pulled off Paul and Maggie, because he's like, okay, well, if it looks like I'm being shot at, they'll think they're trying to kill all the Murdaughs. And then, okay, that'll be cool. Then they'll look for the real guy without me. I won't be saying anything. And then he's like, then his story fell apart because it was lame. Because if you listen to Mandy Matney's episode about it, it was lame. It wasn't even a good excuse. So if he couldn't even think of an excuse why he was being shot at by the side of the road, like someone's killing me too. If he set that up so stupidly and badly, and then suddenly he changes his story and, oh no, I was committing suicide. That's the ticket. I mean, or does it make sense that he was trying to get SLED to look for somebody without actually saying, you need to look for these people because they are after me, but they're going to kill Buster, so I can't really tell you. No, he was convinced after his wife and kid were killed, I think, to be like, okay, well, I'll try to do this, and it didn't work out because he's not that bright. And then then they said to him, you better shut the F up and you better tell them, you tried to kill yourself for the money or something. He's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, nobody else is involved. It's just me doing this. I mean, it was so stupid. Somebody who did that stupid thing is not the person who can do a 20-minute murder, do a murder with 2 different guns, get rid of everything, all the blood, all the gore, all the guns. Really? The guy who did the side of the road shooting is not the guy who did the do. That's two different MOs, in my opinion. All right. So, will Alex be found guilty? Yes. Why? Because Alex is reaping what he sowed. He was part of a judicial system, the good old boy network, where he got whatever he wanted in court because of who he was, and now he's going to go down in that same court because of who he was. So, I don't think he did it. I don't think he did that, but he did enough in other places. They're going to find him guilty. That's what I think. All right, we'll find out more. But if you're watching it for a murder case, what you're hearing is a financial crimes case, and you got screwed because you screwed people over, and that's down low country justice, baby.